Can you believe GE expects me to pay $55 or more for their XWFE water filters for this refrigerator? They built a chip into this water filter and a chip reader where it mounts inside the refrigerator so that you have to use their filter before it'll turn the water on and let it make ice or dispense water. So if you were to buy these filters, let's just say at $50 a piece, you have to change them out every 6 months. So there's $100 a year. And if your refrigerator lasts 10 years, that'll cost you $1,000. But I found the ultimate way to get good quality filtered water out of your refrigerator that has real expensive filters with those chips that they put in them. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video, how to install an external water filter and have filtered water for the next 10 years for less than what one GE XWFE chipped water filter would cost you. So let's get to it. We'll go out to the shop. I'll show you what I bought and how I'm going to put it in, and then we'll get it installed. All right, here's what comes in this filter, and I bought this off of Amazon. I'll leave links in the description. At the time I purchased it, it was just under $24. This is the AQUA CREST, and this is 5,000 gallons. And it says here, recommended to replace the filter every 5 years or 5,000 gallons, whichever comes first. So potentially, depending on your water usage, a 5-year filter for less than $24. And it gives you an arrow here to show you the flow direction. So this is incoming from your supply, and this goes out to the refrigerator connection. And I believe this is all the tools you're going to need. A small wrench of some sort. I've got a set of cutters here. A sharp knife for cutting the plastic hose, water line, and then a Phillips head screwdriver. And then here's my genuine GE appliance part. Cost you $30 to $45 if you buy it from GE, about $30 on Amazon. Or do what I did. I just sent GE an email with my refrigerator make and model. Told them I had wanted the bypass plug, and they sent it to me. It took a couple weeks to get it, but the price was free. But the magic about this one is it has their little chip in here that makes it work with a GE refrigerator. Of course, it's a GE part. Should come with the fridge. So don't pay for this thing. Get it a couple weeks in advance. Send them an email or call their 1-800 number and tell them you're no longer interested in using their water filters and you'd like them to send you the bypass plug. All right, let me show you how these little connectors work on the filter themselves. See, it has a little white sleeve in there. That'll pull out a little bit. They already have it pre-marked with a line, so it lets you know if you've got it pushed in all the way. And this needs to be a nice square cut on the end if you're going to cut it to any length other than what they give you. But that just pushes into the retainer, and once it's pushed in far enough, you can't pull it out, and the line marking disappears. The little blue clips just go on here kind of as a safety feature and keeps that from coming out. You can remove it as well. So take the little clip out, and it's nice they give you 4 clips. You only need 2, so they gave you a couple spares. Then you need to hold that white retainer down while you pull on the line, and it should come right out of there. So that's how you take it apart to remove your filter. And then this will work the same. If basically it's a compression fitting, but see, this pushes in here exactly the same. Far in as you can until it seats, and then it can't be pulled out unless you hold that little white ring down, and then you can pull it out. So I'll be using this for one side where my existing braided line will connect, and then I'll use the hose they have supplied here for the other side. First, you want to put the metal nut on there, and then the compression washer. Put this in the end. Tighten this up, and you will need 2 wrenches for this, but you don't have to go very tight. I don't know, maybe a 1/4 turn. I'll just go till it feels snug and call it good there. That's probably plenty. And there you go. The flow is this direction, so it's going to be coming out of this end. Push that all the way in. Put on our little keeper. And it is pushed all the way in, and there we go. And then on this end, it will be connecting to my refrigerator. So I know that I need another one of those, and they give you 2. Put this nut on here, and then the compression ring, and then the little piece in the end, and don't lose that. You have to have it in there. And then that will connect right to part of my refrigerator where this water line connects to the back of it. Slot in here where you can put a zip tie through there, and then some 3M tape on the back. So I'm going to put them on here, and I'm not going to pull them real tight yet, just enough to hold it on there. And then when I figure out where I want to put it, I'll just peel off this double-sided tape and then stick that to the back of the refrigerator and press on it, and that's where it'll sit. Now I'll have to clip these zip ties and redo them in 5 years when I replace this filter, but that's fine. No big deal. 2 zip ties. This is what it looks like back behind my refrigerator. I've got one braided line that comes from the valve over here, and then I'm going to mount that filter right up in here someplace. So just to make sure that there's no dust on the back, I'll just wipe that off. This refrigerator is only 6 months old. I've never replaced the filter before, and since the flow is this direction, I'm going to install mine just like that, upside down. With the incoming line is going to connect to it, and then the other line will come out the top down to connect where that one currently is. So first, make sure you shut the water off. And then I'll just run the water out to get rid of any pressure. There really is none. And we'll remove this. And it says to use this Teflon tape around these open threads. And so it's going to be a little tricky to get that on there. This is the other metal piece that came in the kit that I'll be using to connect my line to. Also make sure it's not folded over the end, plugging up the hole there. See, this hose has a rubber seal or rubber gasket in there already, so it doesn't need to be super tight. Probably don't need the Teflon tape, but we'll do it since the instructions call for it. And we'll give that a little bit of a snug. So this will connect just like that. Put our little blue keeper on there, that blue ring I showed you earlier. Keep that from coming out. And we'll remove this tape. I think right about there. That way I don't block this access panel if I need to get into that at some point in the future. Tighten my zip ties down, and that's where we'll sit with the filter. Next thing is I'm going to turn that little shutoff valve on, and we want to run a couple of gallons through because it is a carbon filter and you'll have black cloud in your water. If you do this before you connect it, then you don't have to run your refrigerator. Just run it out the back into a bucket or something. A couple gallons through it before I connect it to the refrigerator. And I wrote today's date on here so I know when I changed it, so I won't be changing this until 2/31. And then here's how I routed that water line. I just put a little loop in it here, and then that'll fit right down here, and now I need to get that tightened on. See, that just fits in there. Got the little plastic piece in there, plastic ferrule, and then the nut. Now to change the filter, I won't have to undo this. I'll just unplug it from the top of the filter and just leave this connected the whole time. All right, I got a couple drips. Let me wipe those up. We'll turn the water on and check for leaks. No leaks. And I'll check everywhere else for leaks. All right, we should be good. So you can see it does protrude about 2.5 inches off the back of the refrigerator. But I usually have that much space behind my refrigerator when it's pushed back into its location here anyway. So now we're ready to push the refrigerator back. And then once you've got the bypass plug in there, when you check the filter status, of course you don't have the red light anymore. You press the status and it shows you a BP on the screen showing that it's the bypass is in there. And a green light. Some of them might say unfiltered water or something like that, but you know it's not unfiltered because you actually installed the filter. But you've bypassed the GE filter and you're doing it at an affordable way. Now, you should be able to get water without this filter status. Nice, clean, clear, filtered water. So that's all there is to putting in an inline water filter for your refrigerator so that you can spend 5 times less than these XWFE GE water filters. Still get filtered water for your refrigerator, and you only have to change it out maybe 1 time in the next 10-year period instead of every 6 months. So a way better deal as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully that'll help you out. If it did, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So are you having problems with your refrigerator when you try to get water? All you get is a buzzing sound and no water, and maybe it won't make ice? You might need a new fill valve, and I made a video showing you how to replace the fill valve. If you click on this video right here, I'll meet you over there.